How's you going, boys? Mike here. So nice that you were able to come back for another visit in Grampy's workshop. And today we're going to start a project. It's going to be in the shed that I built on to the shop here, just alongside the shop. This little shed that I keep an ATV in. And anyways, in that shed I have some shelves, and I put my ATV helmets on the shelves. Here in Nova Scotia, anytime you're out on the bike you need to wear a helmet, and that's a good plan. But anyways, I put my helmets on these shelves, and because this little shed, lean-to shed that I built on the side of the shop is way far from being critter proof, I had squirrels get into that shed different times and build nests in my helmets, and once they do that, well, the helmet is toast, because I'm certainly not going to put a helmet on after a squirrel's been in it. So anyway, I'm going to take you next door, show you the little bike shed that I have with the shelf unit, and I'm going to try to enclose a portion of one of the shelves to make a cupboard in it so I can put the helmets in there and close it tight so that squirrels and other critters can't get in and ruin my helmets, because helmets aren't cheap. So let's go next door and I'll show you the shelf. So there's the shop, and the shed, just a little lean-to roof on it, built on the end of the shop, and I store the bike and a bunch of other stuff in here. Like, I like to store my fuels and flammables in here. Not that make a difference if they're going to go, the shop will go too. But anyways, there's my shelf unit. It's hung from the ceiling so I can get good clearance underneath, because it's just a gravel floor in here. But anyway, here's my helmets, and those two are not bad. This is the helmet that I wear in the summer, but Nanny's helmet was sitting right up here, and squirrels get into it, made a nest. So what my plan is, I'm going to clean off this shelf right here. I'm going to try and make a cupboard in there that I can put doors on it and close it tight, so to keep the squirrels out. I figure if I do it that way, on here I'll only need to put two sides and a front, because the back's already there, of course, and the top and the bottom. So that's what I'm up to. I'm going to see if I have any materials kicking around. It's not going to be solid or rough or tough. It's just going to be an enclosure to try to keep the squirrels at bay. Alright, it's coming. So I put this side on, and then I put this side on. So now I have a cubby in there that's about 12 by 16. It's hard to see in there, but I've got 3 helmets in there now. So now what I want to do is I want to make a door that'll go on there and close tight to go, like, I'll hinge it on this side and it'll close and latch on this side. So I'll just open it to the right, be able to access my helmets, and hopefully it'll keep the critters out. So anyway, that's what I got done so far. So now I have to take some measurements and make a door for it. Okay, there it is. It's not Fort Knox, but it's secure, I think, enough to keep squirrels out. I had some old 3/4 inch ply left from a job from somewhere, so I forget where, but anyways, I made a door out of that. So I got some significant hinges on it there to hold it, because it's kind of heavy, because it's a pressure treated piece of 3/4. Anyways, I got my helmets in there, and there's still room to put some other gear if I need it. And then this door closes. It's kind of rough, and I need to get a better hasp than that. That's just a little bungee, but it's tight around the edges anyways. I guess maybe if there's a couple of squirrels working on it, they could get her in there, but it's tight. And it's tight back here on the hinge side too, so anyhow, that's it. So, to try to come up with a better idea than a bungee for a latch on this, I was just wondering, I forgot what these come off of, but they're magnets, ceramic magnets, and I have a little door catch, or just any kind of little flat piece of metal. And I was just thinking, I think if I were to put that right up there, and then if I were to make an inset in here to hold this magnet on the door, then when I close that, something like that, that would hold the door shut, just a magnetic catch. So before I brought the door back in the shop, I marked where the about the height that the latch should be. Somewhere in between those 2 points right there. And then I also determined that the latch should be back the width of the latch, the width of the magnet I mean, from the edge of the door. Somewhere around there. So that would be about there. So I'm going to draw that line there. And then I'll draw another line here. Right? And then I'll come across from this line. And then across from this point, and I'm just going to peck away at that with my chisel until that magnet sits in there good. How's that look? Doesn't look too bad from far away, but I think it's deep enough. Clean that up a little bit, right there and there. There. Okay, will the magnet fit in there now? Doink! Look at that. Just about flush. See that? So you may be thinking, oh no, I put it too deep. Aha! No. That'll look a good way to get it out too. Time for the rusty old PL Premium. Just put a glob of that in there. Put this back in there, something like that. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad, you know. Where's my little metal piece that it's going to hit onto? Look at that, that's going to, yeah, that'll work good. Now here's the little pull that I have, and I'm sure everybody probably has a drawer full of those. So I'm thinking the drawer pull will go good. Maybe up in the top third here, because that's where the catch is. So if I put it in the middle, it'll catch there, the bottom will pull out. So I'm going to put it about there. And then back here, I'm going to just drill that hole a little deeper, because my screw is not quite 3/4 inch long, and this is 3/4 inch plywood. Alright, there we go. The brass knob on my Cubby door. There you go. Okay, now the trick is to find out where to locate this little striker piece up here on the door, right? I take the screw that's going to hold that in place, and because this is a magnetic latch, I set the screw right in the middle of the magnet. I swing my door closed and lightly tap it, and there we have, that'll be the center of the latch, right? So now all I have to do is get my rusty pen if I wanted to, and I can put some marks down here and here to say that's where my latch will be centered. Don't have to unscrew that. So then I take my latch, and however you want to put it on, I think I'll put it this way. I'll just center that between all those marks. It's got a couple little barbs in the back of it, so that holds it in place. There you go. Now that should latch on there, but I don't want to do it because my glue is not dry yet. So I'm not going to close that tight until the PL sets up, and I'll come back and show you that. So there, it's about an hour after I put this in, and the PL Premium, it's a little soft, but I think it's set up pretty good. So now for the big test, we'll close the door. It doesn't slam shut, but it holds it tight. And it closes pretty good along the edge there. So I think that's going to work out alright. Not bad for an old fellow in the woods. So there we go. Put a little cupboard in the bike shed to hold the helmets to keep the squirrels away. I hope they're upset, because I was pretty upset when I saw my helmet was destroyed. Anyways, it didn't take much to do that. Just 1/4-inch plywood on the walls. You know, you don't need a lot to keep the squirrel out. Squirrel will only dig through something or chew through something if he thinks there's food behind it, and he won't be able to smell anything in there, I hope. And that should keep the squirrels out, and I'll be happy if it does. So thumbs up me if you liked my video, and we'll talk to you.